The releasing of the 2016 Uganda Advanced Certificate of Education (USCE) results indicated that fewer students opt for science disciplines at A-level and hardly pass them. UNEB reported inadequate syllabus coverage. Candidates showed misunderstanding of questions, failure to handle questions that required explanations and interpretations.
Almost 55% of the candidates who are offering the sciences are unable to exhibit the minimum required competency to be graded.
We talked to some students to find out why they either perform poor or do not attempt science subjects.
When I was in P7 and my sister was already in senior 3, she told me that this mathematics, it is not like the one of primary. You will not make it in this mathematics here.
They have negative attitudes towards the teachers and the subject itself, whereby they end up hating when they see the teacher entering, maybe for chemistry or biology. They say that, for me, it's real, for me, I'm going to fail it. I'm not a scientist and I don't want to be a scientist.
While the teachers relate it to a number of issues, including poor teaching methods.
From our teaching training colleges and the universities, we are taught very many methods of teaching. And most of these methods of teaching are more of lecture method, are not student-centered. It is more of teacher-centered, where the teacher would deliver the message the way he or she feels is good for him or her. But it has got a very, very big impact in the lives of the students.
Teachers themselves were a discouraging factor. They would tell you, you've performed poorly in a subject. They would tell you, you know what, this is not a subject for ladies. If you want, you go to CRE, which is a subject for ladies. You see this kind of thing.
With that background, Forum for African Women Educationalists Uganda chapter, in partnership with Dubai Cares, implemented a 3-year project dubbed Promoting Science, Technology, Engineering and Mathematics, STEM, amongst girls in Uganda for equitable and sustainable development.
So FAWE Uganda was started in 1997, and we are looking at a Uganda in which all women and girls are educated and contribute towards sustainable development. We are implementing various projects, amongst which is enhancement of STEM for girls. It's a project that is funded by Dubai Cares through the regional secretariat and being implemented by FAWE Uganda.
STEM is to ensure that considerable attention is paid to gender imbalances in education, and steps are taken to enable more girls access quality education.
We are looking at sustainable development because if you educate a girl, you educate the nation. So if girls are left out of education, it means that the nation will suffer. So if we are to promote gender equality and equity in education, we are promoting sustainable development and developing our country.
STEM project has led to establishment of 40 functional science clubs, developing girls' innovation in science subjects.
Being the chairperson of the STEM club in my school, Mount of Olives College, Kachiri, has given me an opportunity to become a leader. It has given me an opportunity to do a lot of research, because in the science world today, it's all about research, discovering new things. Being the chairperson, I know the group of people I'm leading. So I have to make sure I research so that I incorporate them in the different activities of the club, and it has done so much to improve my performance in the science subjects.
Qualified STEM-oriented role models inspired the girls to pursue careers in STEM.
They told us that, say within yourself that yes, I can, then you go and do something and you will make it. And with that courage people had been giving me, I came to school and I said within myself that this chemistry, I'm going to see this term if I will not pass it.
I also got there my role model, and that was Grace Nanyonga. She had a very good, not a very good background, but like how she solved her problems made me admire her. That's why I got to learn her very much. I learned her, admired her, and I want to be like her.
A training targeting teachers, head teachers and board of governors on the need for improved gender-responsive methodologies centered in STEM was conducted.
One of those head teachers who benefited in that training, it opened my outlook on the kind of planning that one needs in a school. Before that training, I took certain things for granted, and maybe because I was in an all-girls school.
We were used to the traditional method of teaching. You come with your chalk, maybe dictate notes, do this, and some of us science teachers, we are known for having really arrogant language. In the GRP, it's not the case now. We try to be friendly to the children, changing classroom arrangements, trying to involve the learners, not taking a child as a blank slate. We consider that there is something inside a child. So the methodology of teaching changed.
40 project schools were equipped with science textbooks and laboratory equipment.
With the coming of the equipment by FAWE Uganda, we now have enough equipment for every child to have her own experience of using the apparatus, and that alone can interest this child to do more of this practical. So it has helped us a great deal.
Been using one of the biology book, which they bought it last year, and for that in Sesemat I emerged to be the second best in biology, and that made me very happy because in our school here, people see Sesemat examination as a very difficult examination.
The project provided the girls with the opportunity to do practical in a real class teaching.
Some of them used to fear the laboratories. They couldn't go for practical work. For example, the science, the physics, the chemistry, they used not to go for the practical. Girls have really developed the art of loving sciences, and they're working so hard to see that they do sciences at HSC, and then they become great doctors and nurses and engineers of this country.
The STEM project has increased girls' participation in development and showcasing of innovative STEM projects.
I am making the bicycle-powered charging system project, which I learned the skills from school, and I've made so far 8, and I'm selling each system at 35,000. I've sold so far 8 at 35,000 each. I always input 11,000 to buy the materials to make, and after making, I sell and get 35,000. I've already made 280,000 in total. And this money I'm saving for my school fees at A level. I'm not going to stop making it until I reach the amount I want, because the school I want to go to is a little bit expensive, and this is the best way I can help out my future. And even the money I've collected, at times I get the money and even support the family needs. Like even at times when my father is just a common primary teacher, at times the money he hands is very little, and having 8 kids, all of us wants to go to school, it's a bit expensive for him. So I support him sometimes by buying the materials, some scholastic materials for my brothers, and even some for my sisters, and even at times I provide money for feeding when it becomes too tough.
FAWE organized STEM camps to showcase and learning forums where girls' exposure of exceptional students and other innovations to other STEM students in Uganda.
This STEM has always organized for camp. We have been able to chat with our friends and know how they carry out their projects and how do they cooperate among themselves. We are able to chat with our friends. This is all because of STEM. Through STEM, we have been able to know many places. If not this club, would I be able to go to Kampala and know where St. Maria is?
FAWE increased capacity development of participating students in promoting STEM amongst girls.
I was shy. Since my primary, I've never been a leader because I'm shy. But now I'm confident. I can even go in for talent shows. Fortunately, I'm the Miss Intelligence because I'm confident these days.
For real, STEM has supported us and it has made us great. As Kargut Secondary School, we went for a regional competition, science projects, and we were the second because we presented powdered milk, and we made it to the national level. And now I made it. I was the presenter. and I made it to the international level. And now we are waiting for the competitions. Yeah, it has made us known. We are known in all over the country because our school is there in Ntoroko, hard to reach. But per now, our school is now famous.
FAWE Uganda monitoring reports indicate that there has been increased school enrollment in Masindi district, offering sciences at A level, increased uptake of girls pursuing science careers, 35 girls enrolled for nursing at Sebei College Tegeri, 1 qualified for medicine on government, and many from Wanyange and Toro girls, all on government sponsorship. Effective 2020, Ikoba Girls School committed to start sciences at A level. There has been great confidence and self-esteem built amongst girls. Talk about it and I'll do it. I'm using my failures as a stepping stone, a student remarked. Increased motivation among learners, especially girls for science practical lessons. For example, Moroto High School girls these days run to secure front seats in the laboratories. The report also indicates that more girls passed in 2017 and 2018 than the previous year in the partner schools.
Because of the project, I've been able to excel in my studies. I've been admitted at Bustema University for medicine and surgery. Many of the young people in Bukwa district are being motivated. They are being encouraged into offering science subjects at A level.
FAWE conducted a training of science teachers in use of ICT as a way of building their capacity and skills.
The teaching staff of Toro Girls School, 80% have the computers, laptops, and out of the 80% who have them, 60% of those use them for delivering the content. You'll find them having videos for teaching, you'll find them organizing PowerPoint presentations, and I must tell you, learning is amazing. It is no longer that time when a teacher goes to class to narrate and learners don't see what you are talking about.
Susan Opok says that the mission is concluded and all what is left is for schools to carry on with the project to nurture more girls in the science field.
It is a model that has been passed to the staff, administrators, and the governance system in the schools so that they can appreciate the processes and the project that is ongoing and take it on as part of their their school project. So we want to believe that the girls shouldn't have fear because one is that there's been capacity development and enhancement for their school leaders, and two, that the facilities that have been provided will continue and remain in the schools.
Of course, the role of government is to set policy and also provide an enabling environment for other players that work with it in the different disciplines come in. So the policy on science education has been rolling for quite a number of years, from around 2006 to date. And the results are very evident that the number of girls and also the number of students doing science has improved. The schools, quality of laboratories, of course now every school, especially private schools, to be accredited, the labs must be checked, and the Ministry of Education does that, it's their mandate, to ensure that they have laboratories. And for a school to be given an examination center, it must demonstrate that it has capacity to evaluate students, both in arts subjects and also science subjects.
A very big thank you to Dubai Cares, because through them we can see the potential of girls being enhanced, and we can definitely see that the girls, that the underlying aim of FAWE and Dubai Cares is being met.
Appreciate you identifying that Uganda needs women in science and putting your resources there. Whoever is contributing to that basket that is coming to FAWE, we, as the Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation, we appreciate that contribution towards our effort as a country, because this is a patriotic effort.